Hello friends! Welcome finally to a new journal, Hobonichi Flip Through. This is my journal for January to June 2021. I'm using a Hobonichi cousin. I'm just going to jump straight in and start doing the flip through. If you're new to this channel, feel free to check out the rest of my videos on this channel. Subscribe. I do a lot of journal flip throughs. I've done a handful of Hobonichi and journal flip throughs already, so check those out. I know many of you really are excited to see my flip through, so thank you for your support. Also, thank you to my Patreons for always helping these videos get made too on YouTube, because you're supporting me over on Patreon. Also, I'll be sharing early photos and some flip throughs too over my Patreon, so if you do want to support me, that's a great way to support me, so feel free to go check that out. Or you could purchase something from my Etsy shop too, which is also another way you can support me. And I'm going to be sharing a lot of things from my shop that I've used in my journal, because that's why I like to create things, because I like to actually use them in the journal, and I hope you can get some joy out of them too. So let's get to the flip through. So quickly for the cover, I ended up doing the little file hack, a Hobonichi folder file hack, and I put the little art file work in here because I loved this design, but it was only on the A6 and this is the A5 journal. I ended up getting the biscuit, strawberry biscuit cover. I really love the pink, but I am disappointed by the goldness of, I guess, the cover. I thought it was going to be a bit more yellow. So stay tuned to that. I'm going to change up my cover moving forward, so yeah, I'll show you a look at that soon. I've just got a little highlight in here I've been using as well for my bullet journal. I just haven't taken it out. It's got a really cool 80s patterns. I do normally use a Muji blue pen to write in for this one, so that's what I was using, and I've used a Sarasa blue grey pen too before. So as I open it up, I've just really quickly, I've just got a few things in here. I don't really take too much use of the dashboard. I should utilize it more. I say that every video. I just had this little milk in here because it's the year of the cow, and I loved this meow card art that I got. And then I've just got love Monchichi. I love these little toys. They're so cute. I have one of them on my wish list, but I got that little business card, and then I've got a few different washi tape samples in here that I've been using. I used there. I did some cover art on here using many things from my shop. I'll probably share a video on me creating this. I did film it, but this was some things I made I printed out miniature versions of my designs I did for Kayla Rainbowholic for our collab. This is from my It's Okay Not to Be Okay sticker set. I've also got things like this is the Wes Anderson date sticker set, stationery date sticker set, my Love Retro stationery date sticker set. I think this one's also my stationery date sticker set, and then I've used other things that I've got throughout the month, like a couple of washi tapes I really liked. I used a lot of meatball stickers in my journal, and I've just a few other like washi tapes, and I ended up doing all little polka dots over it because I couldn't stand the gaps. So this is a real quick rundown. I'm going to try and make this a little bit brief because I don't know. It's really half-half. Some of you love the chattiness, and others, I know, you just want to mute me and have music going. So I'll try to do a bit of both, okay? So here we go. I just did put I made a little business card up here, and I've stuck that in. I did this for when I did the collab with Kayla. I just put some fun washi tape. Love this tape. Absolutely adore this tape. It's like, I'm not a really big gold, silver, hologram person, but I really love the collage-ness of that. Okay, so I'm just gonna try and be, so I don't really utilize this section. I've said that many times. I used my date sticker sets for my monthlies in this one. Previously, I loved to do sticker bombing on each day. I would find a sticker or washi tape that summarized the day up, and I'll stick that on. I think I might want to go back to that, but I love using my date sticker sets, so I put a lot of effort and time into creating them. So this was my retro party themed date sticker set, so you can use them in your monthlies or you can use them on your pages. And I also, this is another sticker set printable, is the days of the week that I created as well. So this is on my birthday month, January. Is it January? Yep, January. So that's why I included that. This is my retro love themed set. Got a lot of like retro toys and sort of things like that on here. So yeah, many of these is just my date sticker sets. This is my like spring date sticker set. Few little Easter vibes and cozy other things. Sometimes I mix the seasons up in a date sticker set because we live in different hemispheres. Is that correct? So like our seasons in Australia are very opposite to the seasons in America. So basically when we're having our winter, they're probably having their summer or something like that. So that's that. Okay, so for the weekly pages, in my previous journals, I kind of use them as a bit of a junk journal, excess, mishmash, semi-dumping ground for stuff that I was using to do on my daily pages. I made the decision to not really do anything to these pages for this journal because I wanted to keep my Hobonichi as flat as possible when I was journaling, because if I started to do those weeklies, it was going to be double the size. So that's a little tip if you are someone who doesn't, the bulk is meant to be a big compliment, I think, to Hobonichi makers, that it shows your journal is well used and loved and it's a piece of artwork. But I love putting lots of things in, but I do like my journal to feel flat. So because it gets hard as you get to the end of your Hobonichi or your journal, if you especially doing it daily and sticking lots of tip-ins and different things. So that's a little tip. I decided to do that. On that note, having said that, I ended up liking putting lots of packaging in here, which I did previously, but I started to do this. I started to make full collective scrapbook pages of like packaging of things that I've eaten, or like maybe they were like gifts of treats that some pen pals had sent me or something like that. So this is what I kind of did, and it was really fun. I just missing something here, but it would look pretty nice if it was like a whole double spread with like some packaging on it. So I do have a lot of cute Japanese packaging. So that's, I do have some ideas too for moving forward in my next journal. I'll see if I implement them first. And then I got the Turning to a New Year. Obviously, again, the year was really hard. We're all at the situation in the world, I'll just say. But the one big shining light is I did put in my Rainbowholic commission where I made the sticker sets. I was so excited, so thankful, so grateful, so proud of that little moment, and also to have like an actual physical sticker sheet made. So that was really exciting. So I put, that did make it there. I spent the time to get that in for that year. So yeah, I want to utilize this a bit better. And now I'll just take you through and look at the pages, okay? I might put it on a bit of an angle so you can kind of get a close-up. This is my Year of the Cow 2021 New Year artwork. I use them as postcards, so or you can hang it up on your wall. So the printable is up online on my Etsy shop at the moment, but it probably will be taken down soon. So if you do want to add that to your journal, head over, grab it. Support is much appreciated. So I did a Year of a Cow theme here. I love to put in, write about things that I'm watching on TV. This is a little Korean drama spread. Even though I've got a K-drama journal, I do write about my K-dramas in here as well, or mainly here. I have to get used to like grabbing the other journal. I'm using my date stickers here as well. So I love historical K-dramas. This was really good, this one. Yeah, I just got a lot of paper ephemera. Any any Star Trek fans? My husband and I decided to start to watch the entire Star Trek catalogue from the very first season right through. So this is Deep Space Nine, and it's one of my favourite characters. So yeah, lots of Star Trek watching because we're in lockdown at certain points where this is going on. I did try to watch this K-drama, and this is the first time where I abandoned it. So has anyone abandoned a K-drama? I thought it was like too soapy. If you can understand what I mean, like, yeah, too soapy. So like kind of like K-dramas, I always say they're not like, you know, bad soapy dramas. They're like really creative and the plots are interesting and whatever, but this one felt like a soap, so I just had to abandon that. I put a lot of printables in here from other artist friends that I support as well. Yeah, little comic strips. I'm getting really into like retro characters. Like I love this Campbell Soup girl. Really hard for me to find stationery of her, but I really love her. And I always decorate the pages with markers and washi tape. This was a cool thrift shop find. I'm adding a lot of interactive elements in my journal. Tip-ins are really, I know, well known, but I've got a few other things that I've done moving through the journal that I'm really proud of. So I just came up with some interactive ideas. So I've just put some things there. Lots of collaging from using pen pal mail. I even go back into, it's not always where I've received the mail on that day. I'll go back into my wonderful treasures and things sent from my pen pals, like from previous, and I will use lots of elements from them and use to collage. So a lot of the pages are heavily collaged and only little gaps of writing. So if you're someone who doesn't love writing too much, it's a good way to do it. And I also segment off my pages as well. We're watching lots of Star Trek Voyager. A bit of a geeky sci-fi nerd at times. I love Marvel movies as well. So yeah, lots of things. I put a lot of op shop finds. Well, that was a magazine I got, but some op shop finds. I even put like in thumbnails if I've done a video or write about like books, or I put in if you get like book catalogs, a tip, because I do have a book journal, and this is like a tip if you're a book journaler or you want a reading journal. I get book catalogs that have like a preview of books that are out. I don't know if your country does that. My local bookstore does it. I grab them and then I keep them and cut out the books I want to read and then books that I might have in my collection. And saves me from having to write a review because I can just stick that in. So it's really handy. I shared this page on Instagram and I used Nippon's printables for these. You probably see her stuff throughout here. So yes, I need to share more on Instagram, but I need to have a text blurring program or app I need to find. Here's one of my interactive pages. It's just a magazine cutout of a hand, and then I've like got this look pulls out, and there's like little flowers. And I actually grow these flowers in the garden. They're called Billy Buttons or Bachelor's Buttons. So yeah, it's like I just was playing with this non-stop. Nice little fun interactive element. I also don't really glue stuff down. I ended up tipping a curl of washi tape and I just flick this. Just for a little bit of texture. Loved this K-drama. So a lot of my pages are themed stationery around something that I've watched. I do that all the time. Lots of children's books, cutouts, always, every day, from like children's books I found at the op shop. It was a WandaVision, so I kind of did like this kind of retro WandaVision thing. How good was that? Oh, it was so creative. I just loved it so much. I don't know if my Rainbowholic sticker set collab was out yet, because like I said, I do test my design. So this was the main little postcard. I kind of did this postcard of like Kayla posting her Patreon mail or her Rainbowholic shop mail during Cherry Blossom season, and I liked some postal things. and I based the character drawing around what she might look like as an Animal Crossing character. So yeah, that was the idea of that. I've got some little like tip-ins. So there's another photo on the other side. So if you have too many photos that don't fit, you could put them back to back and tip it in. I got some wonderful surprise birthday packages from Pen Pals. They were amazing. I think this journal is also a bit more photo heavy. I've started to like just print photos out daily and put them in as reminders of maybe something I received in the mail or something that happened. A lot of packaging. Things for my birthday. I love quokkas. They're my favourite animals. This was just a little invitation. My birthday. I went through, yeah, some birthday blues. When you get to your 30s, I think. Maybe it's a 30s thing when you get into your 30s. Yeah, I don't know. I was finding it tough. I just wrote, we are all on our own unique paths. I was just thinking a lot about how old I was, and like we kind of have this thing in our heads, I think, where we feel like we have to have achieved certain things at certain ages or be doing the things that everyone else is doing at a certain age, and when it's not marrying up, I think that's kind of, I don't know, you start to question things. But I want to just acknowledge that we all have unique paths, and things might not happen at the time we want things to happen or when they need to happen, and if they're meant to be, they'll be. Amazing mail from my lovely friend Nina. I do put pictures. I spend so much time making these promos for Instagram to launch my Etsy products and things like that, and so I've just started putting them in my journal as well. These are my date stickers too. Yeah, just lots of photo collaging, hey, in this. Thank you, lovely Bunny, for all the amazing treats. These are big blow-up versions of some of my designs for my retro sticker set. Mail that I've sent out to people. I put in 2. Sometimes I just put a whole envelope in if I can. This is from a Japanese pen pal. I just loved all the hydrangeas and the stamps. My illustrations. Packaging of food, even though it's oily. So we had kebabs, and I just love the packaging of some of our kind of takeaway foods, because we can get things sent to us to our house, so we don't have to go out. And I don't know if anyone else is saying, but is anyone like constantly like washing out the insides of bags and packaging to use in their journal? I do that all the time. More lovely treats from my lovely friend Cano. Thank you so much. So I journal all about it. This is the little thing that comes in my PO box, and I've got mail, and it's really exciting when I see it in there because it means there's a package inside and I have to go get it. Lots more K-drama watching. I hope that the zoom is okay. I can pan out like this, but I don't know if you want a closer look. I did a late Year of the Cow themed page because my lovely friend Bunny sent me all these goodies, and I used some of my stamps as well. I've got a canary, a yellow canary called Bo. He's adopted from my parents because they have a cat and they just didn't have the space to care for him, and I minded him when my dad wasn't well, and he ended up staying with me. He didn't want to kind of leave. He loves my parents and my dad, but he was just so happy because I have him near the lounge in the kitchen, and he's really good company for me. So I wrote a bit about, all the things about my canary Bo, and I use this really sweet, I think it's meant a duck character, but I used that because I thought it kind of looks like a canary. So I've got a few bird themed stationaries, and I'm using that to journal about him. Some op shop finds. I like this idea of like writing something down that I want to learn and journaling about it and then putting a fact down. I keep those pages private. My nan passed away during this time, so it was quite hard. I just want to quickly show this page. I was dealing with lots of things going on. Just, yeah, some really toxic things happening in my life, and I wanted to write about it, and I thought that was hard to get the words down. And then I've had this Alice in Wonderland quote book that I found at the op shop, thrift shop, and it like just deals with like life lessons in a creative way. So they kind of use elements and pictures of Alice in Wonderland, but they adapt it to like a life lesson, and I thought it was a really interesting idea that I had that I thought you might like. If you have something that you can't write about, maybe you could find something in a book about that thing or a quote. So this one says like, it helps to find something in common, and then it says, Alice on dealing with difficult characters, because I was dealing with difficult things at that point in time, and it kind of just, I don't know, it just really made a difference to that day and made me kind of relax a bit, and I didn't have to worry about so much journaling as much about particulars, and I could just put that in and it could be like a more of a positive reminder than becoming like a negative event. I could like turn it around and make it positive, and that's something I've kind of taught myself to do. And it's really good if you have like mental health things or anxiety or depression, or you're just going through a really tough time. I think it's like so relatable to everyone right now with everything going on. And it's just learning to kind of flip that thought process around and turn it into like a learning curve. Yeah, really thankful for that little book I found. Some little stamps I found. Love all this like kitschy retro, love kitsch retro nostalgia. Yeah, love all that. Just doing lots of art style, doing lots of pattern play to fill gaps, using my markers. So my husband, I don't think he wants to be on camera, so I'll hide him. More stickers and things. Ooh, I was meant to put my cloud washi tape that Kayla gave me in here because I watched this Superstore Cloud 9 show, so I have to add that. Went to this Japanese buffet restaurant because the cases, things were going good in Australia at that point. That's all I'll say. So we could go out. We were very fortunate compared to other countries, and we did this beautiful buffet. Japanese buffet, and it was my first time trying so many different Japanese foods, so I was really excited to journal about that. More mail that I've sent out. We started watching some Columbo again. It's like a murder mystery show. I love Peter Falk, and I absolutely love this meme. For any Columbo fans out there, I love it. If the meme is, if he asks you more than 3 questions, you better get used to the fact that you are the murderer. People understand that if they watch Columbo. It's a really good series. I love it, and it's so old Hollywood. And I hope I'm not insulting anyone. I just mean like that kind of real fame time, whereas now there's like all this instant fame. I mean all that kind of old beautiful Hollywood actors and actresses in this series. It's really, and the sets are amazing, and like they're very that kind of design, all those interior designs from LA, like all those amazing houses. I think it's some of it's set in LA, I think. It's just amazing if you're into that kind of style of retro interiors. Little things on here. Lots of stamping. I love stamps. love this Kurupi tape. It was on an envelope that my lovely pen friend Sarah sent me, so thank you so much. I love this. Kurupi is actually one of my favorite Sanrio characters because that's the only character actually we could get in Australia when I was a kid, so it's got this nostalgic element for me, Kurupi. So yeah, it was really exciting for me to see washi tape with him on it, because I think his stationery is a bit rarer now. And she also sent me this book, a wonderful children's book. I really love this illustrator, Joan Walsh. Oh, she has amazing illustrations. I made some collage postcards. I have a video of that on this channel. So I just scanned them and put them in here. That was from a magazine, something that I made up. I'm sorry, I'm not getting it all in the shot. I got this streaming service called Rakuten Viki, and I was just like, that's when you know you're correct K-drama obsessed. Netflix was not enough, so I had to get this. I did it for a couple of months to get more historical romance K-dramas, and I watched this really cool K-drama called Mr. Queen on that. That was really cool. Here's a whole spread on this K-drama. It's really funny. I love rainy day themed stationery. Playing with my little stamp. I was putting together some mail for the lovely Kayla, my friend. So I hope she enjoyed that. I really want to say thank you to her. This has amazing sandwiches at this place, and it was this retro diner. It was so cool, and on the wall it had like all these pictures of old, like, I don't like saying the word old, retro diners, like cafes and things, and oh, it was just so good. It was like an American style, briskety style. Oh my god, it was so good. I need to get out of lockdown so I can go visit these places again. Pictures from children's books. Boop, boop, boop. Another little interactive bit. Watch this really cool doco on Kid 90s, so 90s child stars. Punky Brewster! So another little interactive bit. That's one of my favourite pages. I love, this was like this kind of Jane Austen-y feel picture I found in a thrifted book. It says, the one thing worse than a quitter is a person who's afraid to begin. And that really hit home for me, because I feel like I've got all these ideas and I want to do all these things, and it feels like it's only really me holding myself back. So it is better to have tried to not have tried, is another quote. So that really was a, yeah, I read that. I'm like, I'm just going to start doing my things that I want to do. I've been putting off for the longest time. Things like my Patreon and building on my online shop and getting physical stationery products made. I'm really just diving in and just going for those dreams. Because, yeah, if any lesson we can take away of everything that's going on is that to use each moment as best as we can and to appreciate things more. So that's what I'm going to try to take away from everything. These printables are from Kayla Rainbowholic, and the artist is Taz Unicorn. She does some amazing printables for Kayla. Lots of this, see, like, didn't want to write much, so I literally just covered highlighter patterns all over the page and stuck a few photos down, and there's like a gap of like a tiny little paragraph of what happened that day. We did get to go away because we were lucky with everything with the cases in Australia. So very fortunate. It was a drive weekend away to this country area, a nice country area. So I just got lots of memorabilia in here of that. Went to this cool book fair. I love book fairs. Oh my god, is anyone the same? Okay, my battery's running out. I'm just going to really quickly. So this is, I've never read the books Shadow and Bone, but I loved the series, and I did this Shadow and Bone page. I made this little like pocket that I would for like a pen pal, and I put like the map in there to make it a little bit more interesting. This was a cool Korean drama movie, one of my first movies. I'd love to find more movies to watch. Watching a lot of Wes Anderson and illustrating my date sticker set. These are my college ones though. Loved this page, how I did all this washi pattern around here, so stay tuned. I'm going to use that again for something coming up. This looks like my friend Brittany. So cute. I loved this Cruella de Vil movie. This was just like this cool, this was from like a restaurant in Sydney. And it has all these details about Australia on it. It's so cool. I wish I could have grabbed my husband's copy, because then I could give it to a pen pal. My DIY washi tape organizer. A lot of my stationery. Blow-ups of my stationery designs. Cafe we went to, I made this little curtain because the cafe had this cottagecore curtain on it, so I made that. Studio Ghibli film. I don't love that kind of 3D animation. I prefer the 2D, but the storyline was really great and the characters are really interesting. These are all my Wes Anderson stickers in my date sticker set. Really love 7 of 9 from the Voyager Star Trek series. More of my Wes Anderson stickers. Wes Anderson stickers. Love that movie, Emma. Love this little character. It's like a blind box toy. I don't have it, but it's on my wish list. And just in here, I've just got a few little paper ephemeras and some sticker sets and things that I've been using.
If you love journaling, why not check out my Etsy shop? There's lots of journaling printables in there and things to decorate your journal pages or give you prompts and challenges. And if you sign up and pledge to my Patreon, each month there will be special journaling and stationery and pen pal themed printables, as well as exclusive videos. So coming up, I'm actually going to be sharing my current journal lineup, as well as my daily essentials for journaling, because I'm a daily journaler. So if you want to see a more deep dive look into my personal journaling process, then feel free to check out my Patreon. All your pledges make a huge difference to my life.
And that's my Hobonichi flip through for Jan to June 2021. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Stay tuned for more journaling content soon on this channel. Feel free to also check out my Etsy shop, and any pledges to my Patreon is really going to support me hugely, so I'll be greatly appreciated if you did do that. Thanks for now. Bye guys. Bye.